Today, every kid, including me, I went through Indian education. I was pre-programmed to acing exams. I wasn't learning anything. I was memorizing and regurgitating. It's useless. I remember in my high school classes, I was the only one who would raise my hand and ask a question. Can we do this differently? Instead of doing it this way, can we do it this way? And nobody would give me an answer. And they're like, no, keep your eyes, just copy the note because this is what will come in the exam and you will pass the exam and that's all I care about. That's all everybody cares about. So that means even the teachers, the educators are clueless. They're just helping people regurgitate what is written in a book. That is completely useless. 100% useless, especially in this age of artificial intelligence. Or India we have education, but the problem is the way education is structured, which kills human curiosity. That is the reason why original ideas don't come from, folks from India or Indian IITs or Indian Institutes of Science or any other place. What is absent is critical thinking. Solving real world problems that you've never seen before. Indians are very good at solving problems if they've seen it before. If they've seen it, they're like, oh, we can do it this way, that way, this way. But all of creativity comes from first identifying a new problem and then going ahead and solving it. And so if we have to adopt IP in this new world that we are moving in this new world of artificial intelligence and robotics, we have to teach the next generation to think critically, which means enable them to ask questions. Only when you ask questions do you get a different answer. Otherwise, you know what answer you're going to get if it is already predetermined. Like so many people's lives in India are predetermined. People are not encouraged to ask questions. Look at me. I asked a few questions about, for example, the plane crash. And people said, no, you cannot ask that. It's the time of mourning. Don't do it. I'm like, asking questions has nothing to do with me not empathizing with all of the people who've lost loved ones on that plane crash. But asking questions will fix the system. And people started calling me insensitive. There's no insensitivity in asking a question. And today, that incident has occurred. There was a time of mourning. Everybody didn't ask any questions, and it's gone. Nobody's asking any more questions. We moved on to the next issue. So you see how this kind of distraction or this whole national way of thinking, as if there is one way of thinking for the whole country, is wrong. Otherwise, if everybody thinks the same out of all of India, there will be no innovation. That has to change. Each of us are individuals and we have to celebrate our individuality, from which comes true innovation.
आपने आईपी इकोनॉमी की बात की, उसमें जितनी एजुकेशन की ज़रूरत है, आपको लगता है वी आर इम्पार्टिंग दैट मच ऑफ एजुकेशन टू अवर यूथ, पर्टिकुलरली दोज हु कम फ्रॉम नॉट वेरी एफ्लुएंट क्लास, क्योंकि बहुत बड़ी तादाद में लोग सरकारी शिक्षा पर डिपेंडेंट हैं और सरकारी शिक्षा वाकई बहुत बुरी हालत में है। 80 करोड़ से ज़्यादा लोग राशन ले रहे हैं सरकार से, तो वो एजुकेशन पे कितना इन्वेस्ट कर रहे होंगे। तो जो एजुकेशन का और आईपी इकोनॉमी का जो संबंध है, वो भारत में आपको किस लेवल पे दिखता है? कैसे उसको हैंडल करेंगे?
बहुत बुरा है और पूरी जो एजुकेशन सिस्टम है वो गलत है. It's not how much money India is spending, whether you spend 5 rupees or 500 rupees or 5,000 rupees. It's the intention. If I was a product of Indian education, now I'm not criticizing, I'm now positively identifying problems so that we can fix it. Don't see this as, everybody sees anything that I say as criticism. I'm not criticizing. I'll make that at the outset. I'm identifying problems. And I'm offering solutions on how we can fix these problems. We can just transform the entire system of education in India overnight if there is a right mindset. Today, every kid, including me, I went through Indian education. I was pre programmed to acing exams because subconsciously, that's what would have gotten me a job, a career, something in life. However, the entire problem over there is one of um, not learning. I wasn't learning anything. I was memorizing and regurgitating. The memorization and regurgitation of any content is not knowledge. It's useless. Learning is when you start questioning, imagining, why is this happening? What is the curiosity? Why are we learning it? What problem does this solve? Can we solve something? When you kill human curiosity, you kill all possibility of innovation. I remember in my high school classes, I was the only one who would raise my hand and ask a question. Can we do this differently? Instead of doing it this way, can we do it this way? Or why are we doing this? Or tell me the reason, tell me the logic behind it. And nobody would give me an answer. And they're like, no, 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 keep your eyes and just copy the notes because this is what will come in the exam and you will pass the exam. And that's all I care about. That's all everybody cares about. So that means even the teachers, the educators are clueless. They're just helping people regurgitate what is written in a book because they have done it 200 times before. They know how to teach it, and that is completely useless, 100% useless, especially in this age of artificial intelligence. And you cannot learn something, you can learn some of the basics about education, basics of mathematics and physics and whatever else, but all of those are to help you stimulate your mind, into achieving a certain stage of maturity. They're not to be taken literally. And then, of course, what happens when you go to college is you use your critical thinking skills that you have developed over the years of questioning, of learning, of stimulating different parts of your brain. And you use that to, do something good and creative and different.